What's up, y'all? Esperett here, and today we're looking at a viewer-requested game. A game that I haven't thought of in years. A game that, like the title suggests, if I, named it something similar to it, if it kept to its roots, it could have been the competitor for Rockstar and for Grand Theft Auto. But as the titles kept coming out and the more they moved away from the roots, the more that reality became just a dream. From classic San Andreas upgrade to now we are the government bullshit. Welcome everyone. My name is Esperett, and join me as we delve into a viewer request and review and judge the game, the original Saints Row. So to explain Saints Row, we need to go back in time to the year 2006. GTA San Andreas was released 2 years ago with critical acclaim, and it seemed to have solidified GTA and Rockstar to be its own genre. No game could compare with it. Even with later releases such as Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories, San Andreas was still the game to play. Until a company known as Deep Silver Volition came into the scene and decided to take a spin at the famed GTA style. And thus Saints Row was born. And if you didn't know any better, if you just slipped the disc in and didn't read the title and just lost it, you would think you're playing a more modern GTA San Andreas in crispy HD 360 graphics. But no, you are playing not only in Saints Row. This game is very much similar to GTA San Andreas in terms of its story and gameplay. It takes place in the good city of Stillwater, which, if I'm understanding this correctly, it is based off of Detroit, Michigan. Cool. Which, much like San Andreas and Los Santos, it is riddled with gangs and gang violence. And you, the player, are caught in the middle of it. Now here's where Saints Row differs from GTA. Saints Row gives you the option to create your own character. Aside from character creation, other features that were added into the game that seems to have not been added to San Andreas, I guess. A 64 vehicle garage, a GPS, and another big one here, and this is a real big one. Online multiplayer modes, whereas San Andreas only had 2-player split-screen multiplayer. Now, despite seemingly being a blatant ripoff of San Andreas, the game was a commercial as well as a critical success, managing to sell over 1 million copies by the end of 2006, though there were faults with this launch. One being that it was only released on the Xbox 360 and is only playable on Xbox Series due to backwards compatibility. Currently, there isn't a Steam version, and back in the day, while advertised to be on the PlayStation 3, it never made it. Instead, all the funding was directed to their sequel, Saints Row 2. So, Sony soy boys were cooked out of playing this one, but at least everyone got to play the infinitely better sequel. But that is the explanation and introduction to Saints Row. Now let's dive into the gameplay and story and see if this game is worth being preserved, shall we? But before I do dive into the gameplay and the story of Saints Row, I have to give a big shout out and thank you to fellow YouTuber Flippy, who has a video on how to get Saints Row to work on an emulator. Without him, this video probably wouldn't have been possible. Go on and show him some love. But with that, thank you so much, Flippy. You were awesome. Let's get on with the game. So the game starts with you creating your character. You know, I tried to make this look as close to myself as possible, but it's looking like I ended up making a mixture of Moist Critical and Queso if he hit the gym.
You... Jen... Ha!
Anyway, the game starts with you getting caught in a gang fight. Sorta wrong place, wrong time moment.
Wrong time, wrong place, dog.
Yeah, what he said.
You okay, player?
But eventually you are saved by another gang, the Saints of 3rd Street. You eventually meet the crew, that being Julius the leader and his lieutenants, Johnny, Gat, Dex, and Lynn. Keep these guys in mind, for they will be important throughout the whole game. Especially this bastard here.
That's Troy.
But you are recruited by Julius, and you go through initiation.
Julius, if he wants to run with the Saints, he gotta be canonized.
Hey, he's right, Julius. Everyone had to do it.
You ready for this, player?
Which is them beating the shit out of you.
That's enough.
Come on, get a
But eventually you'll be hanging out with Troy, you buy yourself a gun, kill some rival gang members, and eventually this ends with you taking him to
Hey man, now that everything's taken care of, can you drop me off at Freckle Bitches? I'm jonesing for a fun bag.
Right. This is where you get to choose how you want to progress through the story. You choose to go after each rival gang to reclaim the city for the Saints, which your rival gangs are the Rollers, the Vice Kings, and the Carneles. Which, in order to access the missions and further missions in the future, you'll have to raise your respect meter.
Good work, player. Word has gotten out that the Saints ain't bullshit. Now we gotta lock
And in
our
order to
down.
do that, you have to do some odd jobs around the neighborhood, which consist of hostage situations, stealing hoes from pimps, escort services. You're not doing them. I can assure you that you're not doing the services. Someone else is. You can be a hitman, killing rival gang members, chop shops, and so on. And each gang choice has its own unique story. So let's look at them, shall we?
Listen up, people. I got some serious shit to discuss. Yeah, we cleared out the road. You think for a second that's gonna stop them? Unless we wipe all these motherfuckers out, they're gonna keep coming. And they ain't gonna be happy. It ain't gonna be settled until the Carnales, the Rollers, and the Vice Kings ain't nothing but a memory. Dex, you got the Carnales. Ever since they hooked up with the Colombians, it's like they own this town. And with that drug money rolling in, we can't compete. Be smart how you move against them. The Lopez family been running that gang for 30 years. There's a reason they still around.
Got it.
Troy, you dealing with the Vice Kings.
Not a chance.
Fuck you say?
Anyone but them.
You scared of going against Benjamin King?
Man, fuck that. I'll take King out.
Johnny, it's not that simple.
Bullets still kill motherfuckers, right? Doesn't get much simpler than that.
Keep an eye on your boy.
I don't need a fucking babysitter, Julius.
Keep an eye on your boy.
Who's got the rollers?
I do.
Lynn?
The fuck you wearing blue for?
I asked Lynn to hook up with the Rollers. We don't know much about these fuckers, so I wanted one of us on the inside.
I didn't think the Rollers pimped hoes.
Any other comments?
Yeah, when you punch, don't throw your shoulders so much.
Shut up, Johnny.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Once we're done here, go talk to one of these guys. They'll have something for you to do. It's our time now. Let's get this shit started.
So we are going to start with the Rollers, and Moist Queso over here is ready to knock the piss out of some blue bloods. That sounds a lot worse than I originally thought. Anyway, you're joining Lynn, who was ordered by Julius to work undercover with the Rollers. And, yeah, I'm not going to beat around the bush. Looking past the fact that this was made in 2006, Lynn's fucking hot. Alright. Alright, full stop. Throughout this story, you find out that Lynn is one bad bitch. But you start the story by watching Lynn shoot the shit with the ballers. And you eventually show up when they leave, and she gives you the rundown of what you'll be doing.
Assholes. I swear to God, we're not going to be able to kill these bastards fast enough.
Which is still a truck packed to the brim with cars. When you manage to get the truck to the location, you meet up with her again in a club. She makes you dance with her to provide you with what is next to come.
You did good, but I'm not through with you yet. Those cars you stole have been rigged to blow once the engine reaches a high enough temperature. I need you to make sure those cars get nice and hot. Now, there's a race going down in Chinatown tonight, and I think you should give them some tough competition. I know these guys. If you're in the lead for the final stretch, they're gonna hit the nos to blow past you. When they do, boom. As soon as those cars are wrecked, get the hell out of there. You're no good to us dead. Thanks for the dance. Now hurry up. You got a race to win.
Which is you joining a race, and you egg some shitheads on with Troy, causing them to pop their nos, and kaboom! Cars explode. Afterwards, we get more from Lynn's point of view when you show up to getting the down low from her once again.
Fucking asshole.
I tell you, you and me are always making new friends. Things are moving too slow. We gotta step it up. I hear a guy named Joseph Price calls the shots. I don't know much about him except that he's friends with some mechanic named Donnie. If we get in good with Price's crew, we'll always be one step ahead of those fuckers. Here's the plan. Go and tear up Donnie's shop. Right when you're about to finish off Price's buddy, I'll rush in and save the day. Make it look good, but don't you dare mess up my car. If we're lucky, Donnie will arrange a meet with Price. Thanks for buying my tea.
Which this one is to cause a scene. But before you do that, you get stuck with the bill. Thanks, Lynn. I love you to death, but oh, I hate you sometimes. Anyway, you cause the scene, and this Donnie guy ends up getting saved by Lynn.
Donnie, get down! What are you waiting for? Get in!
We gotta get out of here.
I think you scratched my hood.
Look,
Motherfucker.
Who are you?
I'm Lynn. And you're welcome.
But to keep the but to keep the facade going, you chase them down, but only long enough to make it look convincing, and then you let them go. Afterwards, you start eavesdropping on the baller leaders, getting some hefty info from the old fuck.
Yes, how could we possibly
And
without him?
wait,
come on.
whoa, hold up. Oh shit! I didn't realize the ballers are rolling up with Vin fucking Diesel. The family man himself. Oh, look at him. That is 100% just Vin Diesel. Anyway, you get the scoop, and you have to prevent them from fucking up these trucks. Afterwards, once we're done defending these trucks, we are back to Lynn's point of view. Which we see that what we have done is really getting under their skin right now.
I know he's your friend, Joseph, but I will not let that Nimrod ruin my plans.
Your plans?
Our plans.
Look, Donnie may be a little flaky, but he always steps up at the end.
I certainly hope so.
Let's go, Donnie.
That's probably the smartest thing you've said all day.
Next up we find out our next objective, which is to destroy some ballers' cars.
Stopping those hijackings really fucked things up for the rollers. They got a whole list of cars that they're planning on jacking. Make sure they can't find what they're looking for.
And after we do that, Dominic Toretto is getting even more pissed off.
Donnie, slow down. Don't worry about it. It wasn't your fault. I know you are. It's okay. Just relax, man. Yeah, you do that. Later. Fuck!
The same 4 people knew about those jobs. If I didn't sell us out, and you didn't sell us out, who else is there?
Donnie? Donnie may not like it when things get messy, but there's no way he'd turn on me.
Which brings us to...
Lynn.
Bravo.
However, it seems like him and that raisin-looking suit found out the truth.
What do you mean?
Lynn's kind of cooked. Which we find out after she calls us.
The rollers are getting into some
Don't let me hold you up. You know how the lady hates to be kept waiting.
Good girl.
Go fuck yourself.
Temper, temper, little girl. Look at you. All tied up pretty as a present. I think it's time to unwrap you.
For we go to meet up with her, kill half the gang that is in the house alone, and afterwards we...
Sounds like the cops are coming, Mr. Sharp.
Let's take our guest for a ride, shall we?
You know, I didn't even think about this. We have been through a fuck ton of shit. And we get our ass beat by a bat.
I think we stopped moving.
Whatever. Later we wake up in the trunk of a car. And Donnie finds out the truth. And we end up getting shot by the raisin. And we are then yeeted into the ocean. Seemingly gonna drown in the back of this trunk. Or in the back of this car.
Stay calm. We're gonna get out of this. I think I found my lighter.
But thankfully Lynn had her lighter and she was able to get us out. I think. I'm not sure what happened there. But like an anime protagonist, we survive, get out of the water, find a car, and shove that raisin into Satan's asshole.
Where's my nephew? I need to find Joseph.
The last mission that we do have available for now reveals to us that Lynn, our Dama Mama, didn't survive the event.
Did you catch the news? Looks like they found Lynn's body floating in the river this morning. Sorry, dog. I know you did everything you could.
But we also discovered that the family crew with Dominic himself is on the way to show us the way of family.
Listen up, people. We're done dicking around with the Saints. These streets were ours before those bitches from the row showed up. And when they stepped, what did we do? They fucked up our rates and we just took it. They fucked up our deliveries and we just took it. And now they killed my uncle and who knows what the fuck they did to Donnie. Now I'm only gonna say this once. We're not gonna sit here and fucking take it.
Hell no. Yeah.
Light them up, boys. We're burning Saints Row to the ground.
And Julius isn't taking this lying down. He's deciding to take them out personally with you.
We're not gonna wait for them to hit us again. We're taking the fight to the rollers.
Yeah, well, we might have to rethink that plan.
What's going on?
Word is, every roller that Price could find is headed this way.
How much time we got?
Shit, man, I don't know. My man says they're moving pretty fast.
All right, you coming with me. We got some rollers to fuck up.
So he drives you onto the highway so you can absolutely ruin their lives. And ruin their lives is exactly what you do.
We ain't letting you hurt the road. That's right. Make these motherfuckers pay for what they did. You bitches better get the fuck out of my city. Good job. It ain't over yet. Now let's finish off Price.
The final cutscene plays out with you chasing Mr. Clean in his blue-ass car.
We're coming up on Price. Let's take that motherfucker out.
When he suddenly brakes, knocking you out of the car and getting away. We haven't seen the last of Mr. Clean, Dominic Toretto. Family never dies, after all. But that will conclude the Baller's story for now. So the next gang will be the Vice Kings, and we got our good little boy Johnny here laying down the groundwork with his girlfriend Aisha.
Hold up, I gotta take this. Aisha, what a pleasant fucking surprise. Whoa, 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 slow down. Okay, that's not slower, that's louder. Shit, where's she headed? No, don't worry, I got this.
What's up?
The first thing the first thing you do is help Aisha get her sister and other girls from being trafficked. to some pimp named Slickback, probably. Yeah, that joke was dumb. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that in here. Yeah, I will. Just because I like to make an ass out of myself. Anyway. You handle that, and then you meet back up with Johnny and Aisha to find them arguing like a true couple.
Not all of us have a couple $1 million to make changes.
It's always the same shit
Oh,
with you.
here we go again.
What did you want me to do? Did you expect me not to take my shot?
No, I expected you to remember where you came from.
Oh, fuck you, Johnny.
Fuck me? Fuck you! You're the one who ran off to be famous. The only time you remember who we are is when you want something.
My sister was kidnapped.
And I brought her back, didn't I?
No, he did.
Bullshit.
You finally officially get introduced to Aisha, and
Look,
she is also looking fine. Anyway.
Is Aisha. And tonight we gonna kill her.
And you're gonna kill Aisha. Hey, don't look at me. It was Johnny's idea. But no, the plan is to stage that Aisha's car was Aisha was killed in a car bombing, essentially. So she can get out of some music contract she's wanting out of, I guess. I mean, I'm not gonna judge. Do what you want. You do you, fam. I'm not gonna question it. But you do that, and you meet back up with them, and find out you were interrupting a very romantic dinner at
Johnny, you
Freckle Bitches.
Here we are.
At Freckle Bitches?
Where else would we go?
Someplace good?
Hey,
Taking me to Miko.
that's a fucking romantic. Who would have thought?
Hey, what's up?
Aisha doesn't appreciate fine dining.
Whatever. She don't appreciate fine dining.
Yeah.
Now, I've been talking to Isha's sister. Turns out, been fucking people in
Yeah,
every
you're right,
sexual way.
Johnny. You're right.
Not only is she blowing things
But
by
anyway.
big- Who wants to die for a blowjob, right? When you go for Tanya, be careful. She probably got some muscle in there.
He gives you the next mission, which is to fuck up this bitch Tanya's guards. Then make your way to her brothel, that's gonna be a brothel, and kill half the city of Detroit in there. When this happens, you are given the POV, or the point of view rather, of the leaders of the Vice Kings, including probably my favorite character in this whole game. And no, it is not... Wait. Excuse me, I insulted Dominic Toretto from The Ballers. This right here is the real Mr. Clean. Nah, it's the man in the middle, King. Anyway, after a few insults thrown at one another, you meet Tanya.
Act hard.
Thank you.
Shut the fuck up.
Anyway, you find out you are already causing trouble for the Vice Kings, which your next job that Johnny's giving you, that you are joining him for, is to catch and kill Tanya.
It ain't gonna be easy clearing all those VKs out of the station, so I told my crew to meet us there. Let's ride.
But we actually fail to catch Tanya, and instead we get cornered and,
How about you drop the gun, honey?
If I were you, I'd listen to the lady.
Well, of course you would, you being her bitch.
Watch your fucking mouth.
Hey, no reason to be hostile.
well,
You packing anything else?
Just some rubbers. I was hoping I could get some of William's sloppy seconds.
yeah, sometimes you need to shut up, bro.
Stay down and shut the fuck up. You 3rd Street motherfuckers think you so smart. Well, check this out. We ain't impressed.
Well, that explains how your bitch lost Prawn Court. Yeah, Tanya, shut the fuck up.
I thought I told you to be quiet.
I got shitty hearing.
Now you got a shitty leg.
So do you. Go now!
But he gives a diversion, getting himself taken, allowing you to escape. Though I'm sure you can tell what the next mission is. But not after King tells his little bro how it is.
No.
But Mr. King...
I said no. Don't make me say it a 3rd time. Warren, my man, you got the music scene locked down.
I need you to bring in the cheddar, not get shot because you think you got something to prove.
God, I love this man. The voice is scary. Hooey, brother. I love this guy. King is probably my favorite character in this entire series, in this entire game. Right up there with Julius. I love the both of them. Anyway, you are playing the role of chaperone for good old Tanya to get some zesty information while she's, as Julius says.
While she's busy sucking cock, you deal with the chauffeur and take his place. When she's done wiping her mouth, she'll have you drive her back. Once you're at Tony's, it's all up to you.
Please bring Johnny back. Just don't tell him I was worried.
And eventually you find out where Gat's been locked away, and you take care of everyone in there, including Mr. Clean himself. Needless to say, Johnny's happy about this outcome.
But how about you get me out of this fucking chair? About fucking time you got here. Where's Green?
A little too happy.
That's much better. I heard Green say that he's got some heavy shit in the back. I'll have some of our boys roll on over and bring the hardware back to the crib.
But later, you find Gat and Dex talking, and you find out your next job is to cause some chaos disguised as the Vice Kings.
Put these on.
I'm yellow enough as it is, Dex.
Just put the damn shirt on.
Fine. Get dressed. We got a little piece to disturb.
What the fuck? Oh, dog. Moist Queso looks like he's wearing a raincoat to go fishing. What the hell? Anyway, you cause chaos, and you see the pressure rising with the Kings.
Great. Now we got your crack-ass friends tripping. Like I said, fucking with City Hall is a waste of time.
Wrong. Working with them is what gives us power.
Yo, fuck that. This is what gives us power.
Now get the fuck out of my office.
And we don't help with that as we cause more chaos by shooting up meetups with the Kings and the cops. Which afterwards, Gat blows his car to smithereens. For some reason, I guess. And we get the cutscene that makes me angry. And I wanted King to drop both of these shitheads.
Hello? I'm through carrying your punk ass. If I were you, I'd drop them damn flags and get the fuck out of here before I erase your ass.
I ain't going nowhere.
You ain't hearing me, son. I said.
Yo, fuck that. You ain't hearing me.
Yeah, King ends up getting betrayed by this no-good, dick-hopping, washed-up actor and this ass-eating nobody. Anyway, Julius begs us to help King because they go way back.
Now, what happens to King may not mean shit to you, but him and me, we got history. I owe King from way back in the day, and he ain't gonna eat it if I can help it. You're gonna go out there and save his ass. Understand? I ain't fucking around, Claire. You bring King back here safe, you feel me?
And King is currently getting jumped by Detroit's finest. Not the cops, the piss watchers. But you save him, bring him back to church, and you find out little bro is just a little bitch and got Ashtoned.
Hey, baby.
The fuck you standing around for? Give me a fucking hand. Little nigga, huh? I so care who little nigga is. His motherfucking ass is mine. Hey, yo, Tanya. What's going on?
You're a bright boy. I'm sure you can figure it out.
Bitch, you better not miss, cause if...
Nah, Tanya killed his ass. And you get to enjoy a nice little reunion with Julius and King. Which, honestly, I think this is probably one of my favorite cutscenes in the entire series. Or, not series, again, game. Mainly because it's just gonna sound weird, but this gives me like straight out of Compton vibes. And I am all for it.
Well, you got a choice. You can keep your fucking pride and die right now. Or you can be a man and walk away.
When did you get the balls, Jules? I ain't walking away.
Fair enough. Johnny?
I ain't walking away until I deal with Tanya.
My nigga.
But, King vows to walk away from all this after we kill that bitch. I love King, man. I'm happy we get to kill the Piss Watchers and have King on our side to do it. But the missions end there for now with Tanya nowhere to be seen. I'll get you, bitch. But that concludes the Vice King story for now by killing all the Piss Watchers with the cops. And we have reached the final gang, the Carneles. Now, I will be real. I don't remember who the fuck Dex was. Until I was doing research on this game, shit, man, I forgot Dex was a fucking character. Anyways, the Carneles story begins with you meeting Dex and Troy, who are having an argument about Troy's Spanish. Not even kidding.
The Los Canales cut all their shit.
The Carnales.
What?
Rio Grande River. Jesus.
What the fuck?
It's not the Los Carnales, it's just the Carnales. Los means... Fuck it. Like I was saying, we're not gonna raid the factory quite yet.
Why not?
Cause I'm not a gun-toting psychopath named Johnny Gat.
Fair enough, so what's the plan?
One of my boys called and said they saw a truck with a heavy LC escort leaving the factory district. It's probably loaded with drugs, but that's just a bonus. Our target is the truck itself. I need it brought back to the row in one piece. It's no good to us blown to shit.
What do you need the truck for?
Let's just get the truck first, and then I'll tell you the rest of the plan.
I'm just saying it would be nice to know.
Shit, Troy. What's with all the questions? Why can't you be like my man over here?
Look, Dex.
Could you go get that truck? See? Was that so hard?
Anyway, you are given the job from Dex to steal a truck from the Carneles. And when you do, you are given the cutscene that introduces you to the leaders of the Carneles.
Angelo, I need you to go to the lab tonight. One of our shipments didn't arrive, and I want to make sure no one's skimming off the top.
No problem.
Angelo, you promised we'd go shopping tonight.
Ah, shit. Mira, Hector. Hey, I told Luz I'd take her downtown. Can Victor take care of...
Is Victor sitting at the table, Angelo?
Yes.
So if I wanted Victor to handle it, I could have asked him, right?
Luz, we'll go out tomorrow.
But Angelo...
Coño, Luz, cállate la boca, ¿ok? ¿No me oíste?
Gracias.
You should be nicer to the lady.
Oye, Angelo, métete la
Alright, hold on. So you have the ballers who are rolling with Vin Diesel, you have the Vice Kings that are chilling with Mr. Clean, and you have the Carneles who is run by a love child of Johnny Depp and Antonio Banderas, and Danny fucking Trejo? Bro, Detroit's gangs are fucking wild. Anyway, they get word of their stolen truck and don't seem too fazed by it.
¿Qué? ¿Pero qué pasó?
What is it?
Coño, ese cabrón, hijo de puta!
That didn't sound encouraging.
Everything is fine.
Of course it is. If you would excuse me, I'm going to check on the señorita.
Ese viejo sucio maricón, yo le mato si le toca Luz.
Angelo, you are my brother and I love you. But if you let your dick fuck things up with the Colombians, I'm gonna get it off.
Forgive me, Hector.
Don't let it happen again.
Alright, bet then.
Thanks.
As you are being informed that the truck is done, the row ends up getting jumped by Machete and John Banderas himself. So you get yourselves a little payback and kill anyone that is wearing a red t-shirt. But when you are finally done committing war crimes against red shirt wearers, you meet back up with Troy and Dex and get informed that the truck has been turned into a Trojan horse.
I had that truck you jacked fixed up good as new. Loaded up with a crew and drive right into the Carnales production plant. When you get inside, hop out and take the place over.
It's not exactly the most original plan.
There's something to be said about the classics.
Okay. But, yeah. You take the truck and turn it into a Trojan horse to take over a drug lab from the Carneles. When it's taken, you find out that the Carneles is sweating a bit, and is starting to cause discourse in Lovertown for Mr. Banderas.
Hey, don't you walk away from me, puta.
Ay, Angelo, ¿qué te pasa? Es tan grande que pueda ser mi padre, mijo.
Mira, mujer, you listen to me. Enough. Yo estoy intentando trabajar aquí. O se comportan o salgan de mi casa ya.
You're right. Looks like everything is under control, Hector. We'll talk about this more when the others arrive.
So the next job starts with you being given a beautiful, nice caliber sniper to do some assassinations, as well as stopping a drug trade.
Stainless steel bull barrel gives this rifle a guaranteed accuracy of .2 minute of angle at 600 yards with match-grade ammunition. With its hand-reamed chamber and match-grade trigger, the McManus is designed for the marksman who wants to reach out and touch someone at a moment's notice.
I'll take it.
Lovely. Would you like it gift wrapped?
No, that's okay.
Great. Let me run this.
Once it's interrupted, you are shown probably the most hilarious cutscene I have ever seen.
Hey, Victor. Mira, I'm in the middle of something. What?
What? Victor, listen to me very carefully. I don't give a fuck about the drugs. I don't give a fuck about Oruela.
What about Manuel?
Mira, mujer, cállate el hocico. Who did this to my brother?
What about Hector?
Luz, por favor. Okay, you're right. You deal with the Saints, I'll handle the Colombians. If Manuel is behind this, yo le voy a señalar a él porque la familia López somos...
Poor Mr. Banderas got his blowy ruined by us. Anyway, the next objective is to meet up with the Colombians to discuss a deal. Not before we are both ambushed at the location to find said Colombians, but also at the church.
Julius, I don't see what the big deal is.
The deal is you went to talk to the Colombians without me.
We didn't even get to meet him, Jules.
And don't call me Jules, you haven't earned it.
Fine. Julius, you put me in charge of the Los Carnales. Shit, now you got me saying it.
Jax, do your job. Don't think you're bigger than you are. When it comes to the Colombians, you call me. Understand?
Yeah.
All right. Now that that's settled.
However, at the church, Mr. Danny Trejo Machete himself bit more than he could chew and burned for a long time. Jesus Christ. He burned all the way from he was on fire all the way from the road, made it all the way into the church, and stayed lit long enough for Troy to light his cigarette with it. Absolute Chad. Danny, that is.
What?
Not Troy. Fuck Troy. Nobody likes Troy.
What are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing?
It looks like you're running off to get killed.
We also see Mr. Johnny Banderas get slightly uncomfy as he slaps his girl.
Are you protecting him? You want to be with him?
Yeah, the pressure's getting to him, all right. So after that, we are hanging with Troy because I guess we are that bored.
So how did that meeting go with Julius?
He just got back from a sit-down with Orejuela, and they came to an interesting agreement. If we can get back all the drugs the cops seized, the Colombians are willing to work with us exclusively. We'll have a lock on the whole city.
Get the drugs back from the cops? How the fuck are we gonna do that?
We're taking out the police station.
Are you out of your fucking mind? They'd lock the place down before you get anywhere.
It's Julius's plan. He called it, we have to go with it.
No, we don't. If you load a car up with some explosives, you could blow a hole right into the evidence locker and never have to fire a shot.
That might lower the body count.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, let's do it.
When Dex rolls up and informs us that the Colombians will work with the Saints exclusively if we can nab all the drugs that the cops seized. Oh boy, I think I know where this is going. Little excessive But hey, it works. You get the drugs and the old shit is happy and is ready to start business with us. Not before we are attacked by Banderas yet again, who shoots up the place and dips.
Wait!
But hey, we got his nice penthouse. And thus ends the story of the Carnales for now. So after you complete all the strongholds, you'll get a final mission to finally knock the rival gangs out. So let's start where we began, with the Rollers, where we get a phone call from Dominic himself saying, let's finish this. Or rather, that we are finishing this now. And by that it means we are going on the highway and you are shooting cars off the hatchback of this semi in order to stop him. This really is turning into a Fast and Furious skit, I swear. And eventually, you blow his ass up. And that's the end of the story of the Ballers. Not before you get a call and hear yourself for the first time, I think, in this game.
I got ran over by a motherfucking truck. What do you think?
Man, that voice doesn't match the body at all. Oh no. But after Julius tells you to quit being a bitch, you are given everything the Ballers own.
Oh, quit being a bitch.
And thus, we move on to the Vice Kings, which we found out that Tanya's little usurping isn't going the way she was hoping. It's going downhill bad. And you, Gat, and King are gonna finally stick it to that bitch. And not in the way that she likes. So after making your way through waves of piss watchers, you finally make it to the bitch herself.
Some guys just never get enough of me.
I've had more than my fill, bitch.
It's over, girl. You're not gonna be able to fuck your way out of this one.
That's cute, sweetie. That's just precious. Please. Please don't.
Oh, Tanya. Do yourself a favor and die with some dignity.
What? She threatens you, then slowly pulls out an AK and just gets clapped? God damn, you suck, Milo. You fucking suck. In more ways than one. Oh, God. But thankfully, King gets his pride back and sends that bitch plummeting to a car. Stupid cunt got what she deserved.
Don't bet on that.
King, hanging up the towel, hands you the keys to his car and his home. And we don't see him again after that. God, I love that man. I hope he makes an appearance in the second one, which I will be covering as well. But we are now on to the final game. The Carnales. I swear I am saying that wrong every time, and I am making it sound even worse with that accent. Anyway, it begins with Dex informing us that the Banderas is looking to fly out of the city. Well, I don't think we can let that happen. Boo-hoo-wee, at this point I was starting to suspect something with Dex. Because this motherfucker can't drive for shit. I have failed this mission so many times because Dex's driving skills are abysmal. But he admitted I was the better shot, so I had to let him drive. But eventually you reach the plane and blow that shit sky high. Now, it doesn't show the aftermath, but considering that Dex says that Gat would be jealous, I'm sure you can imagine what it looks like. But you end up running into Banderas' wife, and your character talks again, arguing with her about shoes.
Shoes?
Actually, they're this season's new.
Bullshit. That's last year's fall collection.
That's not true.
Just let it go, man. No reason to piss off Manuel. Let's keep going.
Anyway, you let her go against Dex's wishes, And that concludes the Canarles. Or the Canarles. I give up. I give up trying to say them. You know what? I'm done with them. I don't have to say their name anymore. Which will then instantly, once you're done with that cutscene, once it all concludes, you are instantly given a cutscene. That's seemingly the final cutscene. Julius calls you, and you get a montage of where are they now segments. Pretty much showing that you've reached the end, with Julius saying you're now his right-hand man, and seemingly is also getting arrested. And it cuts with you and the boys fading to black with the credits going, and that's the end.
Just say the word.
Psych! Nah, this ain't over, boys. Not by a long shot. We end up getting a call from the chief of police, ransoming your Roe and Julius's life for some work, which is us rigging an election. Wait, whoa. Is this where the descent started? Anyway, off topic and spoilers for what is to come in the series. You dropped this candidate's bus, his campaign bus, on a train track where it gets destroyed by, you guessed it, a train. But it doesn't end there. The Saints aren't going to take this lying down. You go ahead and decide to show this I can't speak still. This chief of shit that you are not going to be his lapdogs. And you unleash hell on them. I'm not even kidding. I thought you were just going to be doing some assassinate the chief of police. But someone, I'm not even sure if that was a scripted thing, like if it was supposed to happen. I think it happened randomly. Someone blows up one of the cop cars, and all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose. And eventually after that, you get a call from the other mayor candidate. I think it was for mayor, if I recall.
Hello there, young man. This is Alderman Hughes.
He's talking to you, and you end up meeting up with him. And then you get a cutscene where you are talking to Kingpin from fucking Batman. As he's talking, you get another cutscene that's similar to the Where Are They Now segment. But something seems off. You were seeing some weird shit in this. Aisha's awake, doing something while Gat's sleeping. You have Banderas' wife looking around. King is still in the city. Donnie's sulking like a bitch, but we already know why. Now this is the things that really threw me off. You have Julius walking away from the yacht, seemingly in my opinion, knowing that this was going to happen. And the biggest bombshell to me, Troy was a fucking cop this whole time.
Yo, can you speed this shit up? I want to go to Freckle Bitches.
But then we are given the ultimate bombshell that we were actually brought to that boat to die. Which does not go the way Kingpin thought, because the boat ends up getting blown up, seemingly killing all of us on the boat. And that's the real end of the game. The credits start rolling, it plays some music from the game, and then eventually we're given what sounds like a news broadcast or like a radio broadcast about the whole ordeal.
This just into the newsroom. A deadly explosion has rocked the waterfront. Our Jane Valderrama is already at
They do mention some things, but it's really just a vague ending. All we know from the broadcast is that everyone that was on the boat, the bodies have yet to be found. Which, that might tie into the second game. I don't know. I'll have to get that ready and start working on that. But, yeah. That's the whole story. So, Saints Row. as I stated before in the beginning, this, along with the second one, could have been an actual competitor for GTA. And I'm sad that when it got to Saints 3, it went on a different path. But I'm not going to go into detail regarding that because that is a discussion for another video. But, oh my god. This game needs to be preserved. And I'm pissed off that the only way you can play this, aside from owning it physically, as well as owning an Xbox 360, is through an emulator. Like, if they added this version to Steam and not this... Apologies for the pun, but the steaming pile of shit they call a reboot? Oh, I'd buy this in a heartbeat. 20 bucks? Yeah, 30 bucks? You're kind of pushing it. 40 bucks? Yeah, absolutely not. But I would buy this still. This game works flawlessly. Well, I was going to say flawlessly, but that's not true. It plays fairly well. For a game back in 2006, yeah. This is a worthwhile game. And I'm so upset that instead of getting this ported to newer consoles and Steam, we got a shitty reboot. But, yeah, no, this game was just so much fun. It made me laugh a bunch and, I just wish the Saints Row games stayed like this and not this. But, Saints Row, enjoy your spot in our archive and enjoy the fact that aside from graphical and gameplay glitches that were more than likely because of the emulator, you were a true competitor to GTA and you need to be seen that way. So I'm going to give you a rating of an 8 out of 10. I can't give you a full perfect 10 out of 10 because, oh man, there were moments in this game that pissed me off. But, no, this was a fun experience. I'm glad I played this again. Yeah, no, thank you to the person who requested this video. I will put their name somewhere on the screen here. Thank you so much. You're an awesome fellow for giving me the recommendation. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm glad I got this video out before May because I have my Metroid marathon thing going on that month and I want to have this done before that. Which, before the Metroid stuff starts, if you haven't already, I'd suggest watching my other videos. I have other videos I've done, like my Conker's Bad Fur Day video or my What Happened to Gaming video. As always, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, comment your thoughts. Go give Flippy some love. He deserves it for making this video possible. And as always, don't forget to subscribe for more. But I've been Esperett, and I'll see you next video.